Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of the TreeTopChat. We had some issues with the version of Instagram, but it's been fixed now. So today we are at episode number 40 of the series, and last week we had a conversation with Zip Protection on what they're doing. Of course, you know, their protective clothing. But so if you missed that episode, check it out on YouTube or any of your favorite pod platforms. Today we'll be speaking to Gabriele, team Husqvarna chainsaw instructor, as well as a Husqvarna team member, of course. So as usual, if you have any questions throughout, feel free to leave them in the question function below. So here we are now. Gabriele, welcome. How are you?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Good to have you on. So how's everything in Italy?
Yeah, I think it's going well.
Cool. Where are you based?
With the COVID stuff, but yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Absolutely.
Yeah, sorry, some issue with the connection, but now it's going good. Yeah, it's going well. Even if we are struggling a lot with COVID, we are pretty busy working a lot, and we are happy about that. We're lucky.
Good. So actually, where in Italy are you based?
I'm living in northeast of Italy, close to Slovenian border, in between Trieste and Venice.
Okay, yeah, Venice is very nice.
Yeah, Trieste too.
Yeah, I've been there twice.
Oh yeah, it's a really magic town. It's a really magic city. Yeah.
Yeah, really, very nice. So tell us, how did you become an arborist? You know, how did that process look like? Did you do anything before, or have you been an arborist all your life?
Yeah, it's a strange thing. I was born in Grado, which is a small island. It's the same like Venice, just older.
Yeah.
Was a small island founded by Romans during the Roman Emperor, and I supposed to be like a fisherman or a cook or something like that. But I was, I don't know, was something inside me that bring me always looking for mountains, trees, and everything. And I was really passionate about this kind of, life, staying on the outdoor, close to the trees. And I was lucky because I chose the forestry school when I was 14. And then I have done like 3 years of forestry course, like 3,600 hours of forestry course. And then I just already started working the forestry when I was like 17. And then I used to work with the big companies in the forestry, and I became an arborist in a funny way, sorry. And because I was working with a company, we used to fell big trees close to the power lines. And we used to climb up on the trees with spikes and nothing else. Just I call triple lock hands. And one day I just fall from a tree. It was like 6 meters fall. I was lucky because it was a slope and was just rolling. I have just, a couple of, just dislocated shoulder and other things. And when I was home, recovered myself, a friend of mine came to me and said, "Hey, I have to bring you to a congress where is a guy showing how he climbed up on the tree with ropes." And I went there. And I was looking at the guy and said, "Oh, this is my life. I want to be a man like that." And this was 98. And I've done my first tree climbing course. And then after the tree climbing course, I was, okay, this has to be my life. And I resigned from the forestry company and started to study trees. And I opened my own company in the 98. And that's how it became an arborist.
So how many are you now?
What?
How many people are working in your company?
Oh, now I have 8 people working. 8 people working for me. In Italy, it's really hard to have big companies because the market is so strange. It's not possible like in north of Europe or, for example, like in Canada or United States. It's really hard to have big companies. Yeah. I have to say that my company in the arboriculture field, in our industry, I think is one of the biggest in my area.
Okay. Good. Yeah, I think in general, smaller companies are the most common. I think regardless of where you go, really. In Sweden, I think it's like 95% or something that is,
Okay.
smaller companies. So, but that's good. 8 people, working for you is that's a sizable company, for being in the arborist industry. So tell us a little bit about your Husqvarna engagement. You're part of the team Husqvarna in Italy. So what does that entail, and how did it start?
It's just Husqvarna Italy, because we are three Husqvarna ASCII ambassador in Italy,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
my name came out from Husqvarna Italy, and because Husqvarna was looking for some members to found these teams, and they asked it to for on every local husky all around the world, and my name came out. They called me, and I joined the team from the beginning, since from the first meeting, from the first
Okay.
team, and is I think is great, especially because I was involved, in the ITCC, and when I become a member of the H team, I just found most of the guys that I already know from the
Okay.
ITTC and ETCC was just came back in a big family once again.
Yeah. So you actually, when did that start? How long
That's
you been?
4 or 5 years ago. I don't remember. Yeah,
Okay.
5 years ago we had 4 meetings, but the last one we missed because the COVID at 5 years.
Yeah. But you've been to Sweden, right?
Yep.
You've
Can you
been to
repeat?
Husqvarna here in Sweden?
Can you repeat that? The connection is not good.
No. So you have been to Husqvarna here in Sweden?
Oh yeah, I've been a couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Uh,
the meetings is going all around Europe. Every
yeah.
year we change, but the first one we had, we've been in Sweden, and then I came back once again in Sweden for the launch on the 540e
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
battery version.
Yeah. Exactly. But you're also a chainsaw trainer for Husqvarna worldwide.
No, not exactly. I'm a trainer for I'm a trainer here in Italy. I'm a forestry trainer here in Italy, and
Okay.
I went through the Swiss process to become an instructor, a Swiss
Okay.
instructor. But yeah, I'm working. I'm a member of the H team, but I'm not a real like an instructor for them.
Okay. But you have the kind of the authority to license people to handle
Yes,
chainsaws.
yes,
Okay.
absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
I'm started I'm starting the 2002 doing courses to become an instructor. In the
Yeah.
beginning, I was with Arbormaster USA. I've done a little bit with them, especially I was really close with Ken Palmer and Rip Tompkins.
Yeah.
Then I changed. I've done courses with a lot of people, with Arbor Canada, with North American Training Solution. I've done courses here in Italy with a local trainer, and even as I said, I'm in the forestry East Swiss forestry instructors, and
Okay.
I will try to get the through the Swedish instructors process too.
Yes. Säker Skoogers. So when you're doing this, I suppose there's a lot of regulation around
Yeah.
using chainsaws as it is everywhere in the world really. Is there a lot of people attending those trainings, or can you tell us about how a training is performed?
Yeah, in the last few years, things has changed a little bit. In the beginning, because there's a two different things here in Italy. One thing is if you have a forestry company and you want to buy like forest or trees and stuff like that and cutting it and sell it, you have to make a special course to show that you're able to work in the forest. And other thing is make a process to know how to use properly a chainsaw when you got like a gardener company and stuff like that, and both are running on the same road, but in two different lane. You know what I mean. And
Yeah.
now a lot of people, the forestry is growing up once again, and there's a lot of people, a lot of companies, they need to make courses, and it's going between 40 hours minimum, and
Okay.
then to get the license depend on the region, which part of Italy, but that now they try to unify everything, to have the same process all around Italy. Usually go between 40 minimum, and to get the license, the final license, 80 hours of
Okay.
practice.
Okay. Okay. So on another note, I saw the other day, in Milan, they
Yeah.
have those eco buildings.
Yes.
Have you seen them with, trees all over? And they have, a couple of arborists that are working on those trees.
Yes.
Are you aware of this?
No, I never been there. I had colleagues. They was working a couple of years ago on it's called the vertical forest.
Yeah,
It's
the
called.
vertical forest,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's called the vertical forest. I had a couple of friends. They was working over there. I think it's a good experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the houses look really nice. I saw some similar things in Kuala Lumpur with trees, on the buildings, and also of course on the rooftops, which is more common, I guess. But that looked really nice. It would be nice to see if we can have a conversation with him as well. Tell us a little bit about those houses and how they work on them.
Yeah, yeah. I can tell you who was there, and because every year, so, is a kind of you have to make a propose for the job, and the most nice propose, gonna win the job. It's sometimes gonna change company. Last year was a company, 2 or 3 years ago was another company.
Okay, so you make a bid for being
Yeah,
able to work
yeah,
on the trees on the house.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. If we can get you some tips from you, that would be great. It would be
Yeah,
nice to.
absolutely. I will.
Yeah, then we can show some pictures of the buildings as well because they look really really nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So you also work with Arbortech, right?
Yeah, Arbortech is my company, my own company. When I started, I came out from forestry. I didn't know there was already an Arbortech, and I
Okay.
just called the company Arbortech without knowing that there was already a company. But it's just my local company for Northeast.
Yeah. So there have not been no discussions with Arbortech in the UK.
No, no,
No.
no, 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 no. It's I found it and I called. I was there founding my company. They said, what the name of your company was? Okay, Arbortech, and just the way it started. But there's a lot of Arbortech all around the world. I worked in British Columbia in the 2005, and was an Arbortech over there too. A friend of mine,
Oh
he
yeah,
he
yeah,
got the company Arbortech.
yeah. It's I suppose it's more of a common name,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So cool, cool. So well, you've been in the industry for quite a long time. So what is your best work-related advice you have ever received from somebody?
I had a lot of good advice, but one of the most nice was that there's not the perfect tool, no perfect technique. There's nothing perfect. It's just the perfect tools or perfect technique for the perfect situation. Which
Yeah,
means that I don't like to get focused, for example, only on SRT or only on DDRT or stuff like that. Just use the right technique in the right situation. This is the
yeah,
best advice that I had. Just don't get focused on one thing. Try to open your mind and try to apply the right thing in the right situation.
yeah. So given that, so what would, I suppose, if I should ask you, what is your favorite climbing technique? But, is it single rope or double rope or?
No, I'm an old school DDRT. DDRT is
Okay.
not dead, as the T-shirt said. But sometimes I like to try different things.
Yeah,
Some days I'm working with a rope wrench. Some days I'm working with a rope runner, with a rope
Yeah.
runner pro. I think there are good techniques. For example, in some trees, like example for in my area, like Pinus pinea, which is the Pinus, they have like a really wide open crown, you know, and you need to make a lot of horizontal limb walking, and that's
Yeah.
really good because you need to go through a lot of crotches, and there's no friction. SRT is really good, but most of the time I'm working DRT.
Okay. So you said you're using the rope runner. So there's no you don't really care if it's CE marked or not.
I'm just try, you know, I'm an instructor, and I'm not
Yeah.
using often, but as an instructor, before to say this is good or this is not, I have to try it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm using it. As the only one, the company that is using this stuff is me. I know this is
Okay.
not CE. I got the rope, the CE rope wrench right now,
Yeah.
and the kit, the rope wrench kit, and I both because it's CE, and I want to know to try,
Yeah.
still keeping trying, and I'm using the rope runner just to know if the people asking me, what do you think about rope runner? What I can say if I'm not trying it.
Yeah. Well, there's a big discussion about it. It's taken a long time to get it approved. According to the regulations we have in Europe. But hopefully, sometime soon it's going to be approved. But I know people that have it and work with it. But when you go in as a contractor and work for a bigger company, you can't use it.
In Italy is really hard. In Italy, everything it has to be like a CE certified. There's no
Yeah.
way you can't build your own friction hitches. You can't do your own lanyard. Everything has to be certified. In
Yeah.
one way, it's good because it's gonna save people, especially like like beginners. And sometimes the problem now is that too much people is going through social media to learn things, which sometimes we have good things, sometimes we have really bad things. I was lucky
Yeah.
because I started, there's a lot of people started before than me, but when I started, it was a lot of contact with the instructor, and your knowledge became from a real contact with a real instructor, with the people that already try stuff, and
Yeah.
now that's the problem. And sometimes I'm worried about the things, at least certified things, sometimes they're not really good, but at least they're tested.
Yeah.
And if something's happened from a legal point of view, you cover it, that's the
Yeah. Yeah.
problem.
Absolutely. Yeah. I totally agree. That's where we're very we don't sell things that are not approved. We're
Yeah.
very reluctant to take in things that are not approved, especially for PPE. So yeah. So tell us a little bit about what is the best part of your job for you?
Huh.
That
I
should be easy,
think
right?
uh, I think the best, everything is good in my job, I think, because having is really good when you go to see the job, and talking with the customer, explaining him why we're doing this, why we're doing that. And when you see the customer understand, they know what you mean, that's really good things. And going to the job site, and I'm really lucky, I feel really lucky because I have a really good team, or a really professional guy. They're working really well, hard worker. But the main thing is that in first, first and colleague, we are friends. And I've seen Anadi from India,
Yeah.
Treecare. Anadi is following us. He came to work with me the last year, and
Oh, yeah.
he already know what I mean. We are really friends, and the best good thing is start in the morning, laughing, making jokes, having fun, going to the job site with a big smile, laughing and having fun all day, doing a really good job, high level professional job, but getting back home with a smile. That's an amazing thing of
Yeah,
what
he's
we're
he's a
doing.
very nice guy. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that episode, but we had a conversation with him about, I don't know, 5 weeks ago maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on. So yeah, very very. They seem to be a very very professional team over there in
Oh
India.
yes, they are. But there's a lot of people here, like I'm seeing that they enjoying the conversation. Like Daggy, I love Daggy. Is my man too. And hello, Daggy. And yeah, it's this world is like a big family, especially in keeping in touch with all these people from all around the world. And I feel like in a big family, and that's amazing.
That's good. I suppose you're lucky being, you know, where you are, because, you know, you don't have to deal with all the snow and the cold we do up here, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So what's the temperature right now?
But in the morning we had like 2 degrees this morning.
Yeah.
But in the afternoon went like 20 degrees.
Oh, nice.
But
Yeah,
today we have something that you don't have up there in Sweden, and we have the Bora wind. The Bora wind is a wind that's coming from Russia, and when is the right season, is blowing like 120, 130, 150 sometimes kilometer per hours.
wow.
Yeah, and the nice thing is that when you're working on trees, they are really in an open area, especially close to Trieste or Cividale, which is north from here. You can see the crown. They build, especially the platanos, the sycamore. They build the crown like aerodynamics. You know, they just put the crown to support the wind. And when we're working on this tree, we try to keep the same shape without changing the shape. And they can resist. Like sometimes we had 3 years ago, we had 180 kilometers per hour one night.
Oh, wow.
And there's no trees going down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they have it, they build their reaction wood by the wind. Because the wind, and that's amazing. And I really enjoy sometimes to climb up on these trees, but not when it's 180, but sometimes when it's the 80, 90 kilometers per hour, sometimes 100, we still climbing up. And because we trust the trees, you know, because they build in themselves, because they habit with this wind.
Oh, wow. I never heard that before. Is that like something that is you only find in Italy, or have you seen it
you can find really strong. Yeah, it's come from Russia, and you can find, especially in this part of Italy, because Trieste, Slovenia, and Croatia, in this northeast of Italy and the east.
Okay. Yeah, about 2 years ago, we had a bad storm here in the Stockholm area, and we had a lot of trees that came down. So they had to work really fast to, you know, get them out to avoid, you know, insects to take over, you know, the still living trees.
Okay.
Yeah. So can you describe, you know, what a typical day at work? What does it look like for you and your team?
Oh, we're gonna, you know, we're Italian, and the first thing that we have to do is drink like 2 or 3 espresso before we're gonna on the job site. I absolutely, it's a must. It's a must. Otherwise, we can't start to work. And then we're going on job site, especially in the last year and this beginning of this year, we had a lot of municipality contract, and doing like we already finished in Gorizia a big job. We had like 140 platanus to prune in the main road in the downtown of the town, and we're just going to the job site. But you know, my team is already, they know what they have to do. We just arrive in the job site, laughing, making jokes. We start to prepare like all the job site, putting down signs, closing up the area, setting up throw lines, going up. Just you know, really easy. Even if it is a hard work, we're doing a lot of stuff during the day. It's really easy and funny because we already know what we need to do. We don't need to talk too much. We just make some plan work in the morning if it's gonna change something, safety assessment, and that's it. And having fun.
Good. So when you're doing a lot of work for the municipality, is that jobs you have to bid on, right?
Can you repeat, please?
Since you're working for the municipality, you know, those are the jobs you have to bid for in competition with others, or do you have a contract with them?
Yeah, sometimes they just call me because they want me, and till a specific amount of money they can give you directly to you. Over 40,000 euros, they have to make you know, they are asking offer to different companies.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm doing it, but you know, most of the time I already know the trees, or I have a good team. I can make a good price and without losing any money and without making too low price.
Yeah. So, but that does it mean when you win that contract, do you have it for like a year or
No,
2 years?
usually we have an amount of trees. You know, for
Oh, okay.
example, last year I won. I was the best offer, and it's not called the best offer because we're not now we have a different law here. Over an amount of money is not the when you make your offer, the municipality they're gonna cut the higher and the lowest, and they
Okay.
make an average, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
really hard to get. My one was like in the middle, but for the same specific calculation, my was the best offer, and I got the job, and I have like 500 trees to do, and I
Okay.
got all the roads, you know, this road. I have like a list of trees, and that's it.
Mhm.
It's not really popular to have contracts like for a year, you know. We're doing by number of trees.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. But do they consider other things than price?
Yes, yeah, it's a kind of average calculation. You know, it's a strange. This is just to be sure that they're not forced to join like the lowest price,
Yeah.
and they making a specific calculation which is really complex. And sometimes I won with my offer. I won. I have other four companies. They was like cheaper than me, but I won.
Yeah, because I know, in public offerings, they tend to weight different things. If you have a certain certificate to work on urban trees, or
But it's
if
not
you,
yeah, it's not everywhere. You know, some every municipality they choose a different way to go through this. If you go more big cities like Milan, Rome, all the cities, they're gonna take it. You have an ETV if you have a same amount of work in the last 5 years, you get some points
okay.
and other things. You know, sometimes you go through these, and other times they just make a calculation and they take someone in the middle between the higher and the lower.
Okay, okay. And I suppose, reputation plays a part of this as well, right?
Yeah, in the beginning was really hard because sometimes they're gonna invite people because the culture and the knowledge about the trees it was a little bit low in the past. Now they started to understand how many money they're gonna lose when they have like a no professional company, how many money they lose in the years coming back on the trees, topping trees, try to restore the crown and everything. And now usually when they make when they asking offers for trees,
Yeah.
they're gonna call just some really good companies from the area that they already know that they had enough experience to work on trees, you know.
Yeah, that's good, I guess. So, cool. So, with your team, and you told us that what you're doing in the morning. So give us your funniest job story.
The one day was a rookie, and I was trying to have fun on him in a good way, and I was pushing him to try to make a removal, but I haven't said so much to him. I say, oh, there's the spikes over there. You have lanyard. You have your camping saver. Go is the stem over there going up, and he put on his spikes, but the spikes was on the outside of the feet, not on the inside. And he joined the stem. He put his lanyard. He put his camping saver, and he was trying to go up, and he can't. And he was looking at me like, "Why I can't go up?" And we were laughing as hell, because the spikes was on the outside. That
So was
was
that
so.
the first time you used spikes or what?
No, for removals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, it was a removal, but I leave just the stem, was a small stem. And I say, okay, let's go and try it. And that
That's
was
funny.
so funny. But we had a lot of fun during the day, a lot of things, a lot of jokes, and he's always laughing.
Yeah. So I suppose that's really important, you know, to have fun with the people you work with, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell us about your favorite Husqvarna piece of gear and why.
Oh, there's a
I
lot
suppose
of
you use most of their souls, right?
yeah. I love my favorite tool is the 550 Mark II. Is because it's really light, but at the same time is really powerful. It's a really trustable chainsaw. And what I love is because I really love to make the limbing, try to make a really good and fast limbing. And it's an amazing saw to work with. You can go up on the tree, is powerful enough to make big removals, but it's really light at the same time. And but it does a lot of good things, the good tools of Husqvarna. But 550, and for the forestry, the new tool belt
Yeah.
with the suspender is really comfortable. I really love it. For
Yeah.
working, for doing courses, I got everything with me. Wedges, my pen, my everything
Yeah.
is amazing.
Nice. Nice. I suppose you use the Husqvarna clothing as well, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And my favorite, yeah, now the arborist technical extreme, they really comfortable, really light. And especially I'm working, in Italy is really hot in the summer, and you can wear it, and that it doesn't keep you so much warm, which is really good. And for the forest with the normal technical extreme, they're really tough. For
Yeah.
arborist, absolutely. For climbing up on the tree, the arbor one, they are amazing. For working on the forestry, with all the pockets and everything, and with yeah, for they're really tough. The technical extreme, I really love it.
That's good. Good. So, what do you think about, you know, the development of the, you know, electrical source? You know, the 540 is, you know, kind of outstanding right now, but what is there, can you foresee any further developments?
Absolutely, that's is a good start for all the companies. It doesn't matter if Husqvarna, Steel, on everything. There are some companies, they get focused on like Steel, they get focused on smaller ones to get,
Yeah.
to do the like a really delicate jobs, pruning and stuff like that. Husky, they get focused on my most powerful, even if the 535, which is really good one. But the 540 is amazing how much you can cut. The cutting capacity. Yeah, is that you have the battery and the electric motor is really, you have more. I don't remember how do you call in English, but it's really powerful. It's really reacting when you need, and at the same time, there's not too much noise, especially for
Well,
who's working on the tourist place, as me. I'm living close to touristic places. And the 540, the strong point of 540 is the chainsaw, but especially the chain, the SP21G.
yeah.
That's an amazing product.
Yeah.
They had a
Yeah.
really amazing idea with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose it's, you know, when it comes to electrical cars, it's, you know, what drives it is really, you know, the battery technology. As the batteries get better, you can charge them faster. They can take more, you know, charging cycles and so forth.
Yeah, the battery already, the lithium battery, lithium is like everything. You have a low level quality lithium,
Yeah.
which is the cheapest one. And when you paying a lot, with for a battery, it means there's a high quality lithium, which is give you more cycle of recharging, and
Yeah.
and everything. And it's it's I think in the future they will find more ecological, for environment technologies on the battery. Now at the
Yeah.
moment lithium is really good, and they going better, not with the lithium but with the software and how they're managing, the power on the battery, with
Yeah.
the new
Exactly.
200 battery. They have a bigger cable, to not losing so much, on the
Yeah.
electricity,
Yeah.
and even the software is working better, and is giving
Yeah.
more power on the chainsaw.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose the source of lithium is finite in some way. So, but I suppose there are going to be other technologies and other
Yeah, but who knows? Who
metals and
knows?
materials.
They're not gonna tell us so much. But I'm really convinced. I don't know, but there's some voices about Tesla. They tried a new kind of batteries and other stuff. They're gonna keep longer. There's not too much problem for the environment and everything, but it will take a long time before we get
Yeah,
there. But at the moment,
yeah,
I'm pretty satisfied with uh,
yeah,
with the new batteries that we have.
yeah, yeah. I absolutely. Everybody talks about the 540 XPI. So
Yeah,
that's a
that's
good, good stuff.
that's an amazing machine.
Yeah. So in terms of climbing, what is your favorite piece of climbing gear?
My Tree Motion Evo.
Okay.
I'm a Teufelberger fan,
Yeah.
and yeah, Tree Motion Evo I think is an amazing harness, because it's. I spoke with Mark, with Beddes, and with the other guys about how they what they thought about the harness, how they build the harness. And from an ergonomic point of view, they put a lot of effort to build a really comfortable and harness, but even a harness that can support your body during the
Yeah.
long day working. And I
Yeah.
think with the Tree Motion Evo, they make just step up, which is amazing. And I really love the Tree Motion Evo.
Yeah. Are you using the standard bridges, or have you tried the webbing bridges or the other knotted bridges?
Not the bridges, not the
Yeah.
bridges, because I like to have two different lengths on the bridges, depend on the situation. I have a shorter one and a longer one. Longer one is when I'm on climbing position, and
Yeah.
or just running around the tree, and I'm using the shorter one for ascending.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I sell a lot of Tree Motion Evos, but not a lot of people are trying, the other bridges, that are available. So a lot of people stay with, the standard ones.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And, but I think, there's this device that the DMM have developed together with Teufelberger that sits on the webbing bridge.
Yes.
We're waiting for that to come out, but it seems to take a little while before
Yeah.
I've seen it on pictures and I saw it in Augsburg in 2018, but it hasn't been released yet.
Yeah. That would be a big step too, but I will still keep on my knotted.
Keep on your knotted bridges.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. So I'm not sure if we have any questions from the audience here. I'll have my cameraman here to come over. Maybe you can use the other phone.
You see, Gianni Zagliani, I love you. This guy is one of the guy of my team.
Best tip to grow your own arm company.
To build your own company, best tip is, okay, studying trees, nothing, try to invent stuff. But the best thing, one advice that I forgot that I had was from Mark Breach, which
Okay.
we're really friends. He's like my brother, Mark. I love Mark. He gave me a lot of good advices. And one of the good things is he told me is you can have two of the best arborists and climbers in the world, but if they are not agree, or if they're not doing good together as a friend, they doing a worse job than like 5 or 6 guys in the average, but they are really a good friend
Okay.
of people. They can do a lot of things because you're sharing stuff and you're
Yeah.
growing up as a family. And the best tip, and sharing information all the time, because sharing is a duty.
Yeah. Agree. And that seems to be very common in this industry.
Yeah.
See, we have something else here from Maggie. XP Maggie,
Oh,
do you meet any female tree workers in Italy? Do you have any on your team? Is her question.
no, I don't have in my team. And there's a couple of women here in Italy that I've seen on Facebook. There was years ago during the comp, I met a couple of girls, but it's not really popular here. Even if I'm trying to pushing girls to doing this job or even work with the chainsaws, but it's not really popular for women yet in Italy.
Okay.
Me and Elizabeth Jacobsen, we had a course. We organized a course here in Italy. It was 4 years ago, and it was a
Okay.
special course only for women.
Oh,
And we
nice.
brought a group of women from Padova University, from Forestry University, and we spent 3 days with them, showing how to fell big trees in a safe way, and how to work properly in the forest. And they was doing an amazing job, better than men sometimes.
Oh, nice.
That's
good. Good to hear.
Yeah.
See if we have another one here. This is from Treecare, India, actually, Nadi. What advice would you give to a new apprentice the first time he uses a saw?
Huh. Don't get scared about the saw, but keep always your both hands on the saw all the time. Don't leave one hand, stuff like that. Even on the top end, it doesn't matter. But yeah, thinking, yeah, I have a lot of advice, but just don't get scared about the chainsaw. Respect the chainsaw. That's the first thing that I'm gonna say.
That's a good note. That's a good note to finish this off. Unless you have any questions for us.
No, I really enjoy. It's was surprised that you invite me. Thanks for inviting me to do this. And do you have do you have a kind of shop in up there in Sweden?
Yeah, we have, most of what we do is online, but we have a physical shop here,
Okay.
and a lot of people come in here because you can see all the gear. We have
nice.
some ropes in the ceiling. People can try different harnesses and so on. So yeah, and actually I had Ernesto, which is a customer of mine. He's an Italian guy. He was here last week.
Okay.
He works here in Sweden.
Okay, nice.
Ernesto Fares, yeah, very nice guy.
Nice.
Yeah, he was here. I had to pour him a ristretto. He was a bit tired.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. I think we have another question here from Ghislaine. What is the name of the last drink we had at the Husqvarna event last year? Apparently he doesn't remember, so you have to tell him.
Yeah, I don't remember too. I think it's a reason why.
From the sound of it, it must have been like a Long Island iced tea or something.
Yeah, I think we had a few different stuff. That last night we were together in Sweden, and he's laughing now.
Good. Okay, Gabriele, it was a pleasure to have you on. Have a very nice continue Saturday, and stay safe, take care. It was really good to have you on. Thanks everybody who was watching, and
thanks you.
Have a very nice weekend. Thank you. Take care.
Take care. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.